play, 17 yards, just 90 seconds off the clock, and UVA Wise has the early lead over Barton 7-0 with 9:48 to play in the first quarter. It was all thanks to a muff punt by Jaden Lewis, who let the ball bounce in front of him, and it bounced off his shoulder pad, recovered by the Cavaliers as he was hit there by Bowen Tarter, the long snapper, who was allowed to get after him after the bounce. A flag was thrown, but it was then waved off, and rightfully so. And UVA Wise's offense, along with Jacoby Johnson, getting 4 straight rushes as they got under center with Lyndon Redwine, and he took care of business on all 4 plays, 17 yards, concluding with a 2-yard touchdown run, and UVA Wise now leads at 7-0. So the Cavaliers take advantage of the early turnover. Finally, a turnover going away of the Cavaliers. It really wasn't a defensive cause turnover, though. This one was on the special teams. But either way, I'm sure Dane Dammer will take it. Deep now for Barton on this kickoff will still be Cam Powell along with Taekwon Patterson. Powell will line up on the near right side about his own 5. Patterson on the far side will be up at around his own 12 near the far left hash. Dalton will kick this one away with UVA Wise leading it by a score. As the UVA Wise defense able to get a 3 and out in the first drive of the game for Barton, going to have to try to do the same here. This one's going to be fair caught by Powell, but he's going to grab it out of bounds as it was going out of bounds there, and there will be an illegal kick out of bounds here on Kellen Dalton. If there's one thing you can sort of criticize Dalton for in the early portion of the season, he's been great on the place-kicking side, but a ton of kickoffs through now the first 3 games now going out of bounds. And this one will give Barton the ball at their own 35 to begin their second drive of the game. They only have 2 total yards of offense. They had to start their first drive from their own 18. A false start then pushed them back to the 13 on the first.
Ball we placed at the 35-yard line. First down, Barton.
Thank you, Jeff Jones. Then after the false start on the first play, Jordan Terrell was tackled for a loss of 5, and that just set him behind the chains in a good measure for 2nd and 20. They just handed off 2 more times and punted the ball away to the Cavaliers. And look at their defense is going to be able to take care of them there on a 3 and out. But then the muff punt led to the touchdown there for UVA Wise, and they lead now 7-0 with 9:48 left here in the first. UVA Wise on defense starting off for them is Omar Tyson, a defensive end. The opposite side is Austin Hicks. Nose tackle Gavin Ransaw, and the defensive tackle is Joe Burgess on that front line. Lynch in a shotgun, ball on the near right hash, fakes the handoff to Terrell, looking to pass down the middle of the field. He's looking, and it is going to be caught, tipped away, and then nearly intercepted. He's looking for Cam Johnson down the far left hash. 2 UVA Wise defenders had chances at it, Markel Daly and Jalen Jones. Jones had the last chance at it, not able to haul it in with his right hand and his right shoulder pad. He's trying to pin it against, and it falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. But for the first time today, Lynch goes down the field, that time looking for Cam Johnson, who's been his top receiver for the first 2 games of this season. Ball still in this near right hash now on 2nd and 10 at their own 35. Fullback into the game now for Barton. That will be Raekwon Botts. Handoff Terrell trying to go off the left side. He's hit immediately. He's going to be pushed back for a loss of 3 at the 32 as a number of Cavaliers come in. They're leading by Joel Burgess, the defensive tackle, a preseason sack player on the first team. On the second team, I beg your pardon. Linebackers is number 15, Trevor Morris, number 2, Joe Boylan, and Xavion Washington. And the secondary is Robert Carter at corner. The other corner is Jalen Jones. Safeties, at strong safeties, Markel Daly. Free safety, Patrick Taylor. A 3rd and 13 coming up here for Barton as the clock ticks towards 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Lynch will be in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side. Jaden Lewis will be in the slot. The other receiver on the near side will be Jackson Perrell. 2 receivers to each side. Low snap, but Lynch able to grab it. Steps up in the pocket. He'll run it now. Across the 35. Breaks the tackles. He's trying to get to the 40. Breaks another one to the 45. Down the near side, 50. Out across the 45 and finally brought down by Robert Carter at the UVA Wise 45-yard line. And a nice gain there of 23 yards for Jaquan Lynch on a 3rd and 13. He gets more than enough, and they're inside UVA Wise territory for the first time today. And they'll say he got all the way down to the 44. couldn't find anybody there in the passing game, was looking downfield, trying to step up, and he broke 2 tackles. And an issue that UVA Wise had last week was bringing down the North Alabama runners, both at quarterback and running back for them, and now it's still the case. They're on the 3rd and 13, now able to bring down Lynch. 1st and 10, Barton at the UVA Wise 44. Under center now, handoff to Terrell, up the gut, breaks free down to the 40, but that's all for a gain of 4. And they'll mark it down to the 41. A little bit of a different response on both officials on the near side and the far side. And they will place the ball at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 3, bringing up a 2nd and 7. Clock hits 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. UVA Wise still leads Barton by 7-0. Ball's on this near right hash as the Bulldogs drive towards the field house in the Pryor Center here at Carl Smith Stadium. Lynch will be in a shotgun. Trips to the far side. Lone receiver on the near side will be Lewis. And the slot on the far side is Popov along with Johnson and Perrell. Lynch takes a shotgun snap, looks across the middle field looking for Johnson, finds him inside the 20. He's brought down at the 16-yard line, but it's a gain of 25 as they go across the middle to Cam Johnson. That's who he's looking for in his first incompletion. This time they connect, and they are inside the red zone. Marking him down now at the 17 for that gain of 24. Cam Johnson, who's been leading the receiving corps all year, that's his 12th catch of the year, puts him over 200 yards. He also has all 3 touchdown catches for Barton this season. Clock ticks towards 7:10 to play here in the first quarter. UVA Wise still leads Barton by 7-0. Lynch will get back under center. Handoff Terrell. Terrell trying to get through the middle, can't do so. He's hit right there at the line of scrimmage. We'll say he's able to fall forward back to the 17 for no gain, no loss, but it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Joe Burgess along. Coming in there was Michael Williams Jr., the freshman who had a big game against Ferrum in week 1. The 6', 260-pound defensive end from Louisville, Tennessee. Had a heralded high school career playing for one of the better programs in Eastern Tennessee for the Alcoa Tornadoes down in the Knoxville area. Trips to the far side of the field now here on 2nd and 10. Lewis and Popov in the middle. On the far side for Barton will be Gabe Hensman. Lone receiver on the near right side is Cam Johnson. Shotgun snap. He pans to his right, and it's a high throw just off the hands of Johnson. He had a little bit of space there to get some yards, but a high throw by Lynch goes off the hands of Johnson out of bounds, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 10. So 3 times now Lynch has put the ball in the air. 3 times he's looked at Cam Johnson. They've only been able to connect once. Be a 3rd and 10 now from the 17-yard line. The place kicker for Barton is the senior Jackson Brooks from Elon, North Carolina. He's 2 of 3 on field goals this season, longest 42. He's 13 out of 17 for his career with a long of 44. So they're certainly in his range here at the 17. This is a 3rd and 10. Trips to the far side again. Lynch looks to his left. Scrambles to his left, now comes to his right. Lynch coming after him. There is a flag on the field around the 13. He does connect with Popov around the 10 for a gain of 7. That would be short of the first down, but we'll see what the flag is. It's sitting at the 13-yard line. UVA Wise defensive coordinator Matthew White having a few words for Robert Carter in his secondary. And head official Jeff Jones looking over to the Barton sideline trying to get a signal here. I'm guessing the flag will be on UVA Wise. Here's Jeff Jones at the call.
Offside, defense, number 44. 5-yard penalty remains, 3rd down.
So rather than taking the 7-yard gain and having a 4th and 3, Barton will take the 5-yard penalty and have a 3rd and 5. Move the ball to the 12-yard line. Clock ticks towards 6 minutes to play here in this first quarter, sitting at 6:04 after the flag. It's UVA Wise 7, Barton nothing. Ball still on this near right hash, and now at the UVA Wise 12 on a 3rd and 5. Hensman and Lewis are the lone receivers to the far left side. To the near side, it's Popov and Johnson. Lone running back in the backfield, staying to the right of Lynch, and now moving to the left side into a slot position is Terrell. Going across the middle, looking for Lewis. He finds him, touchdown. 12-yard score, Lynch to Lewis, and Barton's a point away from tying up this ball game in the first quarter as they drive at 65 yards on this UVA Wise defense, and for the first time this year, the Cavaliers give up points in the first quarter. So an offsides penalty gives them another chance on the 3rd down. This time, Lynch connects with Lewis, who got inside of Patrick Taylor in the secondary and was an easy pass and catch for the touchdown on the 12-yard score. Here's Brooks for the extra point. It's up, and it is Good. 5:44 to play in the first quarter at Carl Smith Stadium on homecoming. It's UVA Wise 7. It's Barton 7. And we'll be right back on the Cavalier Sports Network.